Hey guys, so for my Around the World project, I actually decided to expand my horizons a little bit, and I chose the country of Fiji, which is an archipelago made up of more than 300 islands. And in a research by the Federation of Dental Hygienists in 2014, they found out that there was a 900,000 people population and there were only 60 hygienists, 40 of them being female and 20 being male, which if you do the math, it puts it about a ratio of 1 hygienist per 15,000 people, which is actually a lot of people to deal with. And it's kind of crazy to think of that in the US in some cities you have at least 60 hygienists. Also in 2013, it was a research that found that there were only 32 dental facilities. Most of them are public, just about everyone is public, and hospitals also have dental facilities. However, those do tend to get really crowded just because the service is so cheap and you have people from many different little islands coming to one centralized spot to get their dental treatment. To become a dental hygienist in this country, you have to do 2 years of a program. But the way the education system in regards to dentistry works in Fiji is that it's kind of cumulative. So you can go 1 year to like dental school and become a dental assistant. And then if you stay for another year, you become a dental hygienist. And let's say if one day you want to go all the way, if you keep adding on to it, you eventually do become an oral surgeon, which is actually really nice because if you think about it, I mean, it's all within the same field, just different aspects, and it all just adds on to it. And it is a 2-year program, like I said, and you do require a license. And the license is given to them by the Fiji Dental Council, which the Fiji Dental Council really controls anything dental. They do the licensing, and also for school programs they kind of help make up the curriculum. The services that dental hygienists can provide are going to be chairside assistant, which makes sense because you become a dental assistant and then progress on to become a hygienist. So it's very helpful if you think about it for dental offices too. You have a hygienist and an assistant kind of in the same person, so that's very nice. They do clinical practice based on the scope of practice endorsed by the council. So like I said, the council controls things. So if the council says you can provide these type of services like radiographs, non-surgical periodontal treatment, then they obviously can provide that. They do preventive dentistry, which is our key factor in a dental office. Of course, we try to prevent disease from happening through radiographs, examinations yearly, and if the disease is there, we try to control it and keep it the same for a good while. They can also do community outreach programs, which if you're living somewhere where there's a lot of little archipelago islands and there are still a lot of indigenous people, you want to be able to reach out to those people and just kind of say, hey, your oral care is really important. Here are the offices we have, the facilities that are available to you. Come out and have your teeth cleaned, and just to let them know what is so important. And also social marketing and social media, which in the century we live in is really important. When you have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, it's really nice that we even here have the ability to be able to reach out to people through social media, which eliminates the whole traveling factor, which is still really nice. But it's not always so easy to work in private practice or public offices and stuff and then have to travel to other areas because it takes away from you being able to help people out. The research and regulatory board, like I said, is the Fiji Dental Council. They have a lot of roles basically because they are the only association that is present in Fiji. They're going to be the ones that register the practitioners, whether it's dental assistant, hygienist, or a dentist, oral surgeon, but they're also going to register the students at schools. They're going to issue, revoke, or suspend licenses, and going with the revoking or suspending, if there is ever a disciplinary action that needs to be taken because someone violated laws, then the Fiji Dental Council steps in, and that's when they make those decisions. They're going to issue the codes of practice and professional standards, which like the ADA does or the American Dental Hygiene Association does. They put up in our system or codes that we have to follow. And then they're also going to issue or endorse the guidelines on continuing professional development. So just like we have CE courses or any new courses that need to be taken, they're going to be the ones in charge of that. And what I did find kind of interesting, well, a lot of this is very similar to what we have, so that I kind of found interesting, but at the same time it kind of makes sense. Every country does want to have the best standards of practice and provide the best that we can to our patients, and because they are all into this international federation, they exchange ideas. So I was kind of surprised that Fiji was not so different from the way the US works. Obviously they have less hygienists and just one centralized regulatory board, but I did think it was very interesting, and I'm very glad I chose this. And I do apologize if I spoke too fast because I do have a tendency to do that, but I really hope you guys get some information out of this.